This is Scott with Daisy Dukes, and you're watching Breaking Metal.
Oh yeah!
Welcome back to Breaking Metal. This episode is... Stop! This episode is one of the biggest monuments in Breaking Metal. This is an amazing episode. We are so excited. We have two guests tonight, and they are both royalty. I'm very excited to have them here. First, we have Nightmare Records in North America and Massacre Records in Europe and all over the world. From Atlanta, Halcyon Steve Braun! Your feelings ought to be hurt. And the second guest we have is not only one of absolutely the best lead singers I've ever seen in my life, but he's also one of the best people I've ever met in my life.
He doesn't know me very well.
And just 4 days ago, he's the man who married me and my new wife. Ladies and gentlemen, LeGrand. This is Adam Brickhouse. My name is Matt, man. We're going to start off with Mr. Steve Braun. First of all, Steve, thank you for all of us here in Nashville for coming here and doing this for us in our scene. You are a great man for doing this. You're one of those guys, and you're going to hate me for saying this, but you don't have to be as nice as you are. So thank you for being a wonderful guy.
Well, I appreciate that.
Secondly, you guys have got so much going on. You are about to release, what is it, the 4th album?
Yes, our 4th.
Your 4th album, Conquer, and they will be doing it here in Nashville for the release party. Steve, tell me a little bit about the new release and the excitement around that.
Well, this has been a labor of love for the last about 2 years. We started writing this album, and basically what the album was is John LeGrand, my guitar player, he was going through cancer, and he had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So it really put a damper on the band, and he was so, he didn't know if he was going to live or he was going to die. So we, thank the Lord that he is fine now, and he's been a year in remission. So, but during this time, he was going through that. We had to cancel a tour with Stuck Mojo. We were doing 35 days.
With Stuck Mojo?
Yeah, we were direct support for Stuck Mojo.
Wow.
35 days in Europe. We had to cancel that. We lost our bass player. We lost our rhythm guitar player during that time.
Wow.
So this was a whole regrouping time. For John, for Ernie, and for myself, and we just really sat down and we put all the emotions and all the frustration, all the uncertainty into this album.
Wow!
And I think what we have is, I'm so excited. I mean,
yes.
I mean, I'm a fan of what I did.
Yes. Did you hear that? He's a fan of what he did. What about that?
I just hope that everybody else feels the same way about this album.
I promise you, when everybody gets their copy of Conquer, and every single person in here will get your copy of Conquer, right? And you're going to get Conquer, right? I wanted to ask you, what have you got going as far as you're going to be doing the show here in Nashville, and you're going to be doing one in Atlanta.
Yep, we're doing on August 16th. We're doing our CD release party at the Rutledge, so everybody needs to be there.
Yeah.
Maybe you've heard of the bands that we're going to play with. A little band called Killing Grace. Come on, you can make more noise than that.
Hey. I see more t-shirts than cheers. What's up with that? You bought the t-shirt and you didn't cheer? What? I'm sorry.
And we're also going to have this guy up here with his band Oblivion.
What about LeGrand?
Everybody needs tickets. I have them, so.
Yeah, tonight.
I have tickets too. Mine are better.
Mine are newer.
And then we also have Doc Sinister.
Yes,
so,
we have Doc Sinister.
I'm really looking forward to seeing that.
It's going to be, there's no doubt that's a powerhouse bill. Before Adam asks you another question, Steve, I'm going to skip over to Ray real quick. Ray, I've got a quick question for you. Come on. Are you talking about the two coolest guys here? Ray, listen, man, I've listened to you, learned from you, and watched you and played on stages with you for years now. My question to you is, you've been good, or you've been great for so long. What is next for Ray LeGrand? Like, what are you looking at as, because you're one of those guys, you can kind of do what you want to do. What do you want to do? What are you thinking? What are your short-term goals right now?
All right, so this is where the admission comes in.
This is a tough question. I threw a tough question. You said throw them at you.
Throw them at me.
I nailed you.
I was like, if you can't answer a question, just go.
Yeah. He just
I'm looking for the little button.
I know.
That would be in the button.
No. What? Seriously, people want to know what dude. You are beloved. What do you want?
That's my mom's fault. She said, pick something you're good at and just keep them fooled. And I've been the whole time, man.
Wow.
Honestly, I mean, I'm that guy who just throws it up against the wall and sees what sticks.
Really?
You know, if you're saying that I've inspired you, dude, that's cool. There's a lot of people on the scene who've inspired me, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, we'll get to some of those names in a minute.
Right.
Right now we're talking about me.
That's about you, buddy. Yeah.
But the reality is if you've been inspired by the things that actually stuck when I threw them against the wall. You didn't see the 200 things that went...
Right.
You know what I mean? It
Right.
kind of sucked.
Wow.
Because there's a lot of that.
I've never seen you
I hide it.
well, you know, can you tell us a little bit about NMB National Metal Bands? And you started that years ago, and that has helped a lot of bands, and I can think of one of them, Killing Grace is the name of a band. I remember a lot of bands that you've given a hand up and really just went, here, man, I'm going to give you a really great show, see what you do with it. Can you tell me why you did that for bands like us?
All right, so I was playing with Oblivion Myth for about 10 months. I had like a 10-month audition with the band. Those guys are like, okay, do we really want them? I don't know. So 10 months in, Dungeon Bonnie.
Yes, Bonnie!
Yeah, Bonnie News, Young Promotions comes to the band and says, okay, so who do you want to play with?
Right.
And she's like, you know, we could put you on with, I don't know, Piranha.
Come on, man. You know you love Braun.
We could put you on with Noise Call.
Noise Call!
You know,
Playing with them on the 23rd.
you know, and she starts naming all these bands. And the thing was, when I came to Nashville from New York, I intentionally did not come here to do music. I tried to stay away from it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. My grandmother was born on what would be Music Row someday, and I was just out setting a family tree ride. I came down here for business, and quite honestly, I ran away from 9/11. But
wow.
So I really wasn't trying to do music, but a bunch of musos kept finding me, and so a little secret, if you dig deep enough, you'll find me on a bunch of CCM records and country stuff.
Wow.
You know, it's just some weird thing.
Wow.
You know,
well,
you Phil Cade.
Yeah. Well, you inspired me by the, you know, of course, the person you are, but mainly, you know, I'm one of those guys, and I think I told you, and I think I told Michael from, Invicta.
Yeah.
I told both of you that. You know, when I find a really, really great singer, I learn everything I can for him. That's the first thing I think I'm supposed to do.
But what you need to learn is to stay on track. So let me answer your question, okay? So my answer to you, are we doing a show here? All right.
We'll be right back.
So the answer to the question is that I'm hearing the names of all these bands, and I don't know any of them. I really wasn't on the scene. And I'm thinking to myself, how can I ask these people to come out and support me if I'm not supporting them? I didn't think that was right. And so at the time, you know, Facebook was really just starting to happen, and I'm kind of looking around online trying to find some of these bands, and I honestly had a very hard time. I've since learned that there were other places that I wasn't looking, but it seemed like there was a need. And so I just created this little page. I'm sitting there working at home on a Friday in my underwear, and I'm like, why don't I try this? And I created this page, National Metal Bands. And, you know, I started to get a couple people on, you know, right away. And then I was like, I need a slogan. I need a tagline. And people, maybe you can help me out with it. The tagline was, we are metal. We are family. Right. And as soon as I did that, people responded. They were like, "That's what we need. We need to rally around the family of metal." And it took off, man.
Man, I love it. Adam,
you guys have performed in 12 countries. Headlined Pathfinder Metal Fest 3.
he's talking about Houston.
And there's a great YouTube video. Anybody that's not checked it out yet, check out Web of Lies off the new album.
It's off the new album, Web of Lies. YouTube it. You will be blown away.
Debuted at the Prague Power USA Festival. What can you guys tell us about the song Web of Lies?
Well, Web of Lies is, if you look at the video, you would think, oh, it's about a girl. And it really isn't. She just happens to be, you know, the muse to get our point across.
Right.
So basically what it is, it happened, John wrote that song, and we wrote that together, is Web of Lies has to do with an actual band member just spinning these webs, causing this drama.
Right.
We had a rhythm guitar player in the band for about 2 seconds.
Right. We've done that with drummers. Yeah.
And it caused a whole lot of drama, a whole lot of problems.
Yes.
And it's pretty good though. He inspired at least 2 or 3 songs.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. I bet a lot of us have got some songs where like, I hate it, but man, great song, you know.
And they come the easiest too.
They do.
You start, you're like, ooh.
Yeah. You're like, this writes itself. Yeah, bad luck charm. Exactly. I wanted to ask you, Steve, the big thing about the tours you're on, and I, you know, my job is to really find out what they want to know from you. And if there was 100 people, and everyone that is here, there's tons of people. They would ask you if they had a chance. They would ask.
There's
you,
99.
There's 99. They would ask you not different questions. They would want to know what's it like touring with these big bands. What's, you know, and something you told me. I'm going to tell a secret, and I hope you don't mind. You told me something a while. You told me something not long ago that was very important. It was very important. And you told me, you said, Matt, it's hard. You're gonna work your ass off. You're about to go. You ain't went to work yet. You're gonna go to work. You were talking about Ray. You were talking about me. You were talking about a lot of people that you said. I think you guys are on the right track. You haven't even begun to work. You told me how hard it was. And we all see you guys, you're in Switzerland, and you're killing it, and you're in front of huge... Tell me about the hard work.
Well, getting to play, doing your 30 or 45-minute set, that's the fun part of the day. That is why you put up with the other 23 and a half hours.
I understand.
Like this last year, we were blessed enough to we did 3 tours. We did 60-something shows.
Wow.
And thank you. And
I know, right?
But the day consists of you get to the venue and you wait. And you wait.
You wait.
And you wait. And then they set up and they do their sound check and you wait. And then even if you're main support to these acts, you wait, because then the locals have to get up and do their sound check.
Right.
And then maybe you will get a sound check.
Maybe.
So then you play, you peddle your merch so that you have gas money.
Right.
To get to the next city.
Right.
So that you could maybe stop at the convenience store and buy something to eat.
Yeah.
And then you get on your bus, and in Europe we don't drive ourselves, but when we're in the States we have a big Sprint van, Mercedes Sprinter that has bunks and stuff in the back. And you pull out at 2 o'clock in the morning and you drive all night long.
Wow.
You know, some of the guys will sleep. I'm not a good sleeper, so I end up driving all night long.
Wow.
And you know, you get to the next town and you do it all again.
Wow.
But the thing that makes it all worthwhile is for that 30 minutes to see people connecting with people that you don't know, you've never met. And that's what it's like when people come up to you and be like, man, you guys were great, or this song, you know, that you have on this album, that meant something to me and spoke to me. That's why you do it.
That's why you do it.
Definitely.
What about that, guys? What about that, guys? I want to ask you, and then I want Ray to answer right after you. this is a special show. I told you it's a special show, so I've got the microphone, and I'm Adam Sandler, and I will say anything I want to say. I want you guys to tell me something, and you guys can just be there listening. You guys are two incredible singers. You wouldn't be where both of you are at if you weren't. I love your voices. Can you tell me a little bit about your vocal history? Like when did you know you had something, and how did you work on it to get it better? Because there's a million guys like me out there in those cameras that they just wish they had 10 seconds to know what you know. Can you give them can you throw people a crumb? I'm asking you.
Well, for me, I started when I was real young. I'd get stuck doing these. I used to hate it too. These solos during Christmas time with the kids choir and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I used to hate it. And then I would be in choir at school, and I hated it. And then for some reason, about my junior year of high school, I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a singer.
Right.
And I started taking lessons, and my mom was like, yeah, you have a nice voice, but I'm not really sure. And she was totally right. She was giving me tough love, because what it did was make me, no, this is what I'm going to do. I buckled down. I've been a classically trained singer for probably 20 years. I studied Westminster Choir College in Princeton. I was a vocal performance major in college.
Did you hear that?
So my teachers used to hate me because I was like, I'm a rock and roller. I don't want to sing classical.
Yeah.
You know, and
that's amazing.
But what was cool is we lived out in LA, and I took lessons from Elizabeth Sabine, and she's known as the heavy metal grandma.
Oh yeah, I saw a thing in a biography or something about her.
She's been Michael Sweet from Stripers.
Wow, yeah.
She did Dan Huff from Giant.
Wow.
I mean, so she really helped me a lot. And,
man, that is so cool, Steve.
But it's just been, hours just sitting in my little room and doing vocal exercises, and then putting on the Journey album or the Triumph album, or the Striper album, and squeaking it out, just
making it work.
Yep.
Yeah. What about you, Ray? You've got an incredible voice. When did you know you had it? And honestly, how did you get it? How did you get it?
How did I get it? I was born with it.
Well, then that's, Thank you, Ray. Thanks for the wonderful insight.
Sure, yeah. Honestly, go to church, people. I mean, no joke. From the time I was like 4, I was singing in churches, the little choir. I'm up there going.
He's copying off of me. That's my story.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That is. Y'all both started in church. That's amazing.
Started in church. When you watch like the television shows where there's like people watching, tons of people, and they always, they talk to the divas. They always say, I started in church, honey. So, I mean, I didn't do it for that reason, obviously, but yeah, I started in church.
Wow.
And, a lot of people come up to me after the show and they go, man, there's just something about your voice. And unlike Steve, who I love that story, I've been that guy who's always been scared to death to train out what might naturally be there. Like Freddie Mercury was afraid to fix his teeth because he was afraid it might change the sound of his voice.
Yes.
Well, I'm the same way. I'm terrified that if I learn too much, I might be able to sing like longer without talking like this.
Right.
But but I might, a lot of people go, oh, you sound like Bruce Dickinson. Yeah, right. That's because I go, scream for me, Nashville!
Right.
I've heard that on a Maiden record.
Right.
So they say that, but that's really the only Terry Palace sounds like, Bruce Dickinson.
Right. Terry is ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't.
It's ridiculous. You and Steve both have got you got this great arena metal type voice, but you both can do prog, which is something I can't touch. I'm a strictly arena guy, and you guys amaze me. It's
we
impressive.
We cannot do what it is that you do. We cannot do what the death metal guys do. We cannot do what insert genre here.
Right.
We do what we do. And as singers, if you can just say, I'm going to do what I do, screw everybody else. If they don't like it, they don't have to come to my show.
How about
that? If they do like it, they're going to recognize that it's genuine. Do what you do. Be who you are, the way you were made. That's it, man.
You see how I did this show? I'm getting my own therapy, and it's all free. I rule.
It's not free, dude.
Oh, so there you go. Camera's off. Listen, guys, we're going to be right back. We're having so much fun that we're actually losing track of time. We're going to come back. We're going to do 4 bullets for your bio. We're going to do a couple more questions because this could be a 10-hour. I mean, I'm so excited about this interview. But we'll be right back on Breaking Metal! Everybody, welcome back to Breaking Metal! This is our segment we have every episode. This is called 4 Bullets for Your Bio, where we ask 4 intimate questions of our guests, and we find out a little bit more about them on some different things, some fun things. My first question is for Steve, and then I want Ray to answer it before we follow up. Steve, you've had thousands and thousands of shows. What is your best Spinal Tap moment?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked me that. Okay, so it's been about 2 years we were out on the road with Delane in Europe, and we were shooting a DVD in London, and where we were playing, the dressing room is 3 floors down. So I'm waiting, I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and like everybody, all the bathrooms are being used. I'm like, I gotta pee. I'm not gonna be able to sing for 40 minutes if I have to pee so bad. So finally, I get the tour manager to kick it. One of the bus drivers or something were actually in there to kick him out of the shower so I can go to the bathroom. So I do that, and I'm like, just kind of trotting, walking upstairs, and I hear our intro music go, and I'm 3 flights of stairs down. So I'm like, you know, I've got my big thick boots on, and I'm like just trucking up the steps. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna miss the intro. And then I go to get to the back door, to get to the back of the stage, and I pull it, and it's locked.
No! Wow.
So then I walk out and like kind of peek my head around, and I see the guys like looking down, like, because the lights were kind of red, and they just looked over at me like, I don't know what you're gonna do, you better get up here. So then I go back and, you know, go back to the door because magically it should have unlocked for me.
I'm the singer! I'm in the bed!
And of course it didn't.
Yeah.
So what I did is, right before my first note, I go and run through the pit and jump up off the grate and push myself up on the stage.
Wow.
Just in time to get my first note out.
Wow. How about that? Dude,
they still make fun of me of that.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
And we never released it just because the sound quality wasn't right that night, but you can actually see me run right in front of the camera. It's like,
your first note should have been, I had to pee. It should have been that, man. Ray, what's your best Spinal? You've played thousands of shows in your life.
Thousands. It's been like 6. I don't know. You know,
6,000?
no.
6,000. You played a lot.
But if you count me playing in church, then yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was probably fabulous. It was a couple of years ago. We were over at Exodus. We were supporting the mighty Boneyard. And
Vince Terry Boneyard.
Another one of the Nashville Hall of Fame.
Absolutely, Hall of Fame.
And we were originally, I don't remember what slot we were supposed to be on, but next thing you know, we got bumped, and we got bumped, and we got bumped. And if you've ever been to a Boneyard show in Nashville, you know they would, towards the end of it, they would play like twice a year. And so, you know, whatever venue it was would just sell out. It was a sea of people. Exodus was wall to wall. And, you know, we watched the crowd go from probably, you know, 300 and something down to 200 and something down to 100 and something. 2 o'clock in the morning, we finally go on. And there's like 20 people. And I'm just like, really? I hadn't eaten. I wasn't feeling well. I was wearing, you know, 10-pound motorcycle boots, you know, like the ones you had to wear when you were running up there. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And so I decided, I was like, screw it. You know what? These 20 people are here for us. They're here to support us. They're getting a show whether they like it or not.
Yeah.
And so I almost sounded like I was in a van down by the river for a second. I don't know. But, so anyway, I I was like, you know what?
Candy for everybody.
So I was like, I'm doing it, man. And so I gave it my all. I'm sweating my brains out. And the drum riser at Exit In is about yay high. And so at one point, I'm standing on the drum riser, and I decide I'm going to be 20 years younger than I am, and I turn and I jump off of that thing, and I did a really bad David Lee Roth, you know, it more or less looked like a groin injury.
Right.
And I didn't realize how tired my knees were.
Oh.
And I come down, and my knees give out. And you know how things happen in slow-mo when they're really
Yes,
bad?
when it's bad.
I'm going, and I just ducked at the last minute. Well, everybody thought I was dead, and then my guitar player comes over and he's like, "You all right, man? You all right?" Yeah. And I was just so exhilarated, the adrenaline kicks in because my head hasn't been split open by the edge of the drum riser. Right. So I jump up and I'm like, "Rah, rah, rah," and I finish the song, and then they go to the next song, and Oblivion Myth, we have like, what, 22-minute intros, I think it is, you know, power prog. So I stand back up on the drum riser, and I'm trying to catch my breath and look cool, which is difficult.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at my drummer, and that's when I feel it.
Oh, it's coming up.
It's gurgling.
Uh-oh. I know that. I've been there.
And I'm looking at him, and he's going, "No!" And I just, and I puked.
Yeah.
Right in my mouth.
Oh.
Yeah. Swallow that sucker. Turned around and jumped back off the riser and finished the show.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen?
Don't kiss me afterwards.
Don't kiss me afterwards. Yeah. There ain't spearmen in this land that can cover that up. We've got
sponsored by Scope.
We've got some more huge announcements that are going to be able to be told later from Halcyon Way. I want everybody, before I finish this last segment, to get on their computers. I want you to look up Halcyon Way. I want you to look up Oblivion Myth. I want you to look up everything LeGrand. I want you to look up everything these bands. It's the top.
Look up Nashville metal bands and look at what's happening on the scene here in Nashville.
Exactly.
It's more than what we're naming.
It is. There's so much going on. Thank you for saying that, Ray. Thank you. The last thing I want to talk about is you are, of course, you know, gonna release your album. You're gonna do it in y'all's high. Where Halcyon Way's from is in Atlanta. They've also chosen to come to Nashville and release their album here before they go to Europe. I think that's a pretty cool thing. That says a lot about what Nashville metal bands and so many other people, so many good promoters, so many good places are doing for our scene. We're getting noticed, and we're getting bands like Halcyon Way to come show up and participate. So that's a big deal. Steve, can you talk about the release show on the 16th?
Oh man, we are so excited to do this. You know, me living here in the band, you know, being in Atlanta, it's kind of it works out really well for especially this kind of event, because I have the relationship with everybody up here. You know, we can put on a great show. We have a fabulous lineup.
Yes.
I mean, when the three of us played February 2nd.
Us three played together.
And we did a benefit for the homeless.
Well, benefit for Sanctuary.
That's right.
Patty LeGrand and Ray. That's a big deal.
And we sold that night out.
We sold it out, y'all. Us three, we sold it out. How about that? I'm really proud of that.
Yeah, I mean that was awesome. So it was kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I mean,
it works.
It works.
It works.
It works, and then we added Doc Sinister.
Doc Sinister got added to it because I mean, you know you love them. That's a big deal.
So I mean, it's going to be a great night. I want everybody to get there on time.
Everybody be there on time. See all four bands, man. You can't lose. You can't lose, Ray.
Ray, do you have something you want to tell us?
I just want to say that that show is going to be phenomenal. It's sold out. The bar has already been set. If we just meet the level that we already hit, we've got a sold out show.
Did you hear that? Bring everybody. This is going to be the place to be on the 16th. It's going to be huge.
And then the addition of Doc Sinister, I don't understand how we can't push it over.
We got lucky with getting them too. They are like best 2014 best rock band of the year, People's Choice. they made a big splash, and they've really earned their spot on this. So God bless Doc Sinister and everything they've done. Guys, we're going to wrap this up. Halcyon Way, I don't know where to start. Of course, you can see them on Facebook.com, but you can see it at www.halcyonway.com, Twitter.com/Halcyon Way, Reverb Nation, PureVolume.com, SkullsandBones.com, Intromental.com, which is also, they do a lot of I think booking and marketing for them. They're your management company. I'm learning. So I looked you guys up, and Wikipedia just had to quit. They're like, dude, you guys have done a lot. Ray, please tell all the guys where they can find you now, and can you talk for just a quick second about Sanctuary? It would mean something to me if you did that.
Yeah, sure. That's all good. Let me talk about that first real quick. So I'm a part of Sanctuary International with my good friend Pastor Bob Beeman. For anybody who...
Pastor Bob!
Everybody know Pastor Bob. I know a lot of people are like, Pastor Bob, and they see the long hair and the tattoos.
He's
like,
awesome.
Something ain't quite right about that guy. But he's largely responsible for bands like Stryper and Barren Cross and Deliverance and all those bands that came out of the 80s. And, and doing a lot of good things, and is still doing it. So, if you just go to pastorbob.com, or sanctuaryinternational.com, you can find all about him and the things that he's got going on. And my beautiful bride, Patty is beautiful, by the way. And a good person. She's a great person. The Metal Mom. She has a new blog out there on Sanctuary.
Yeah.
And of course, you can check the Crap Ray Says is a little vlog that I do.
Watch that. Like the blog, the Crap Ray Says. I got to be on it the other day. I love that. I wait for that to come out. Yep. It's really good.
So good stuff. We do a lot of work with the homeless. We do a lot of work with metal kids and stuff like that, hardcore kids.
Okay.
You can of course check out all the works of Oblivion Myth. It's oblivionmyth.com.
Right.
Facebook.com/Oblivion Myth fan page.
Yes.
We're on Twitter. We're on YouTube. We're on your mom. We're on all sorts of things all over the place there.
And speaking of royalty in Nashville, Oblivion Myth has been a band that I've looked up to for so long, and they are such a great band, and they will continue to be an unbelievable band. Great time, guys. I've got to wrap this up. They're calling for time, but this has been like you just said something about a set in a bar. Now who do I book? I mean, I gotta call Blackie Lawless and Scotty, and I don't know how else to do it. You guys
if you get them, can I work the show?
Dude, you guys can come in. I would rather you ask them questions.
This is like my last show with Oblivion Myth. I can really use a hookup.
Dude, I got the job because you see how great I am at this. I love you guys. You couldn't not have done a better thing for me in the scene for being here tonight. I love you, Ray. I love you, Steve. Thank y'all for doing this, and we all will see you on the 16th of August. Be there at the Roads, right? Listen, this is Breaking Metal. We have Steve Braun from Halcyon Way. We have LeGrand, Oblivion Myth. For my part,